Those who have endured that double track, and now you've reversed. So what? Are they an experimental group of people you are bringing out? The government in power say finally the free SHS bill is ready, and they are ready to take it to Parliament for Parliament to take a look at it, Cabinet take a look at it. But this is coming at a time where, Kingsley, educationists, think tanks are calling for the review of the whole policy in its entirety, because it's riddled with feeding problems, accommodation problems, long vacation problems, all of these things. I will reserve my comments for later time. But what do you make of this bill?
Okay, so I'm in full support of this bill. Yes, okay. I support it fully because one, politicians can be very wicked. Someone can just come to power tomorrow and decide to scrap everything we've done in this last 7 years. When I say we, as a government, as a collective, or as a people. So I support it. Having a legal backing to this thing will mean that even when you come tomorrow, there's a barrier, or there's something you have to cross before you say, I'm scrapping this completely. We'll have our differences or have our issues with it like any other policy we present to the Parliament. It is fine. I think that if government has not already engaged the stakeholders, we should do that. But if you ask me, my initial comment is that whatever means we will do to put something behind this free SHS to make it legal and binding on future government, I am all for it.
You are all for it?
I am all for it.
Now, you see, for me, I believe there are standards. Be it anywhere you find yourself, any field you find yourself, there are standards. If you look at the current SHS that we have now, look, I won't even ask you, but I am bold to say that it doesn't even meet the standards, the educational standards that is required to even compete with the outside world. It doesn't even come close to it in any way. Give it infrastructure, give it the model of learning and all of that. There is no intentionality about the things we do, this government especially, in terms of the free SHS. Now, you skip structure, you skip improving quality of food, you skip the students, their timetable, you skip all of this, even in the face of educationists and think tanks telling you that no, free SHS is a good policy. No one is saying it's not a good policy. We are saying it's a good policy. But you see, it has challenges. And if you don't fix these challenges, there are repercussions. What are the repercussions? You will be churning out a whole backlog of students who might not even get employed or absorbed in the job market. You have that to deal with. You know, you are not looking at all these. So, you know, if you are building a house, you start with a foundation. When you are done with the foundation, then of course you start putting up till you get to the roof level. But you don't start with the roof and now say that, okay, now let's get a better foundation. That structure won't hold. And I'm telling you, these people are coming. These people are coming out to compete with someone who is also studying, and in their form of education, you see the practicality in it. If you compare these two people, who do you think the job market would absorb? See, you get it?
I don't get it. I beg to differ.
Okay.
Everything you've mentioned, well, to you is valid. And it is valid, actually. But would you rather somebody finish or complete JHS, stay home, and because they are not able to pay, say, their school fees, they know they can't keep up being in SHS, they will drop out of school at the JHS level?
No. No, you see, yes.
So even if you lie on the floor and learn, and at the end of the day you are exposed, you can think for yourself. I prefer that. The excesses can be looked at, like I always say. But if you are given the opportunity to go to school. When I was living in Adabraka, there's an instance where someone had issues with somebody, and the person said, "Man, any classmates." That's a big insult. Do you know what that means? the person didn't even get the opportunity to stay in the classroom. To even get a classmate to say, I went to school with this or that person.
So
getting education is not just about infrastructure. And for the records, the government may not have touched every school in the country, but for the good parts, they have expanded infrastructure, being its classrooms, dormitories, unless you want to act like the ostrich and you don't want to say the truth. But they have done a lot when it comes to infrastructure, even with the STEM thing to start with. They've done a lot, building a lot of STEM schools, exposing these kids at this age to technology, to mathematics, to engineering, and all of the things you have listed is the reason why you are saying that you don't support this bill? No, is that what you are saying?
So maybe you are the only one who has seen the infrastructure they've put up.
Oh, boss.
Oh yes.
Boss.
So
I cannot be the only one.
So you are saying that
it's all over the news. No.
Today,
yes.
In terms of in education sector, our infrastructure is better. Is that what you are saying?
No, I'm not saying it's better, but I'm saying that because we have expanded the argument of absorbing a lot of people.
Okay, so let me ask: are we just looking at churning out people because they have to go through the educational system which you haven't even improved?
When you say churning out, was it any better when they were sitting home? Was it any better? I would rather a person go to school and learn a thing or two than stay home and rot away.
No, you see,
people dropped out because they couldn't afford SHS fees. Are you saying that is a lie?
Don't take the argument to people dropping out. No one is the goal. The goal is
to enroll a lot of people. Let people go to school without hindrance. At least, if you say you've not been to school, the level I want to hear is that you are done with SHS. So you are an SHS leaver, at least.
Right. You want to hear that.
Yes.
You are an SHS leaver.
Yes.
And now, if you are an SHS leaver and even the job market is not able to absorb you, or you are not even employable, then what is your use in society? Or really, what improvement or what did you get from that education that you are touting so much? Because I'm saying that.
But the data is showing that even the WASI they've been writing.
The aim of every government is to be able to enroll every school-going citizen. If you are of age to go to school, the goal is to enroll all of these people into school. Now, in targeting that, of course, we have to be able to make provisions for that, so that in as much as we want to get people educated, we also don't want to reduce the quality, because we know that these are people who would come out and come and compete with people in the job market. And there are standards, whether you like it or not. No one, because at that point when you meet, you are not going to say, okay, because I'm from this school, I'm from this school. No, there's a standard. Are you meeting the standard?
I don't understand what you're saying, because if the person finishes or completes JHS, doesn't make the person any better.
Oh, of course.
But you have, the average SHS leaver is 15 years old. And you have somebody going through to SHS who will come out, say 17, 18, and you are telling me that this person may not be able to use their mind to do something for themselves or contribute to the economy of this country.
So you are not concerned with quality at all? Because listen,
I am concerned with quality.
Hold on.
I am concerned. Don't get me wrong.
Hold on. In my time, I used to go for first term, second term, third term.
Okay.
But in today's time, the child goes to school for 2 months, and then come back home for 4 months vacation. So really, in that 2 months, what exactly are you able to learn within that 2 months? Are you aware
this double track thing is fading away? Are you aware?
Granted, whether it is
fading, are you aware it's fading away?
But does it take...
If you do that, it means that it's a preconceived mind of finding faults with this innovative policy at all costs. That is what I am seeing here.
You call it innovative.
Yes,
and we are saying
because
that...
you see, that woman who roasts corn, or who is frying plantain and selling the beans may not be able to afford a school fees worth 2,000 cedis or say 1,500. and this person's child is going to school for free. What are you telling me?
So those who have gone through, I wanted to say benefit, but I would say endured. Those who have endured that double track, and now you've reversed. So what? Are they an experimental group of people you are bringing out? Or
that is laughable. Do you know why?
No.
The people you are talking about experiencing that, I keep asking you, would you rather they stay home or go home and come back for this number of months you're talking about?
I would rather they have a quality education.
They'll just be on the streets, be housemates.
I would rather they have a quality education, because you know why? If something must be done, it must be done well. Do you get it?
I agree with you.
So I would rather prefer the JHS go through a quality education and be able to compete.
So if the parent is not even able to afford for 5 years, they should stay home.
You know, and even talking about if parents cannot afford, look, the educational system have always had a provision to take care of needy but brilliant students. Do you get it? Or even needy students.
What has become of it?
There has always been.
What has become of it?
So it gives a call for us to rather improve these things.
No.
Yes, it gives us a call to improve.
I started by telling you how the government is improving on infrastructure, on the quality of learning. The number of people.
So why do we have educationists and think tanks still calling for the review of the education?
To you? Or you think when they introduced the policy, they were going to get it like a walk in the park? No policy no policy in this world comes without opposition. People will talk, people will definitely criticize it, and that is the essence of democracy. So you don't think that immediately you introduce something, it should be rubber stamped and then you move on. No. You see, the thing is, we are not saying that there are no challenges, but I'm saying that my principle here is that I prefer going to school hungry than staying at home and not getting any education at all. Even when I get to the JHS level, how matured is my mind that I will even be able to think for myself? And have you realized that since they started enrolling and making people go, these streetisms and other things that hitherto after SHS or JHS you don't do because your life has ended literally. Your life has ended. Remember that man, that woman who cannot afford to give the child 500 cedis to pay school fees or 1,000 cedis to pay school fees. These are the people we are talking about.
So are you saying that the policy is rather targeting people who can't afford? Because as it stands now, it enrolls everyone.
It's a leveler.
It enrolls everyone.
A leveler. We can always have a conversation.
So my point is, do you know what is laughable?
No.
What is laughable is a government who won't improve their infrastructure, but rather enroll more people. What is laughable is a government who will still have a whole backlog of unemployed people and still churn out.
But when they finish JHS, they get job immediately.
No, they don't.
That is what I'm saying.
So it means that
in addition to your SHS education, it's what we are talking about. As an 18-year-old, at least after SHS, you can think and do something for yourself. At least you can vote. That's what we are talking about. Don't let people's life end just because they are done with JHS.
No one is saying their life is going to end.
But at this point, if we scrap the free SHS, it means that people's lives are going to end at the JHS level. That's what we are saying.
It's not true.
It is true because most of the people can't afford.
Let's not speak like before free SHS, we didn't have an education system.
Before free SHS, we had challenges, you and I.
We had exactly. So
even today we have challenges. That one is news.
Look,
no.
Even when
let's find ways to make it better. I am not denying the fact that we should find ways to make it better, but let's not belittle the point of taking it to Parliament to get a legal backing. Because you see, we're in this country when at a point in time they were remote controlling the years of SHS. 3 years today, another president comes, he says 4 years. Another president comes, he says 3 years. Is that what we want?
You know, if you are enjoying this conversation, let us know in the comment section. And don't forget to recommend this channel to your friend, brother, sister, loved ones. It's always a vibe on sauce and pepper. But Kingsley,
yes.
See, what you see, I would have an education system that checks quality. I would have an education system where it gives good infrastructure. You know, I would go for an education system where it is tackling malnutrition.
You are literally saying independence in the next possible, shortest possible time. And I'm saying independence now, baby.
well, these are your thoughts. So let us know. We hope you enjoyed this segment.
Let's support this as Ghanaians. Let's support this and make sure that the politicians are checked. Because if you leave it, see, this government has started something that is good. If for nothing at all, we owe it to the next generation to keep it running, so that whether you have money, whether you don't have money, at least you should be educated to the senior high school level.